But this liquid's never going to go below freezing. I don't... Oh, shit, might it? Oh, this might be one of the cases where my build, my way of doing it is slightly better. See, what basically Saturnus can... The way that he showed me on the forums, he connects directly to the aqua tuner, right? With both his automation and his plumbing. So, for example, he'd have something like this to send it on its merry way, okay? So what this would basically do is the pump would pump liquids to the aqua tuner. If it was active, the liquid goes in the aqua tuner first. If not, it bypasses the aqua tuner and goes on its merry way, right? The only problem with that is if this liquid pool gets too cold, or if this machine gets too cold, I think it freezes the liquid inside it. Which is why I normally do them like this, so that the shut-off controls whether this gets liquid or not, and if there's no power to the aqua tuner, the liquid just stays in the pipe, which is insulated, so it'll never change in temperature. So I think I may have to do that here, because I'm not going to be maintaining the temperature of this gas radiator. I'm not going to be monitoring the temperature of it. I'm just going to let it run. Ooh, bloody decisions. Bloody hell. GG, how's it going? How are you this evening, bud? I'm working on fixing this thing. We built this a long time ago and it's not been quite right since I built it, so we're going to fix it up here. Americans aren't what I'd call bike people, so it's very possible. Americans are also really quick to sue, though. Yeah, luckily we don't have that too much in this country yet. Not yet. So there's a lot of where there's blame, there's a claim, and all that shit. But how dare you impede my right to ride around aimlessly and belligerently? Yes. Right, let's get this sealed so I don't need to keep mopping up inside this room. I need to make a decision on this really before they start building it. I don't want to keep pausing it, but I don't know what happens with liquid content stored inside an aqua tuner if it gets toggled off. If it gets toggled off because it's too cold, does that internal storage potentially freeze? Should probably have a low temperature shut off anyway. So I was going to, but for the gas, do you mean? I could flow with a gas shut off. Well, this is never going to be cold enough to freeze the oil. Yeah, we'll do that. That probably makes sense, doesn't it? Can't quite fit it yet. But... So that would stop our gas coming through in theory. I'm going to put this sideways so that I remember to do it later. We'll just whack it there. That'd sort of handle that then, wouldn't it? So I can connect it just like that. It's just a lot cleaner than all this fanning about. I mean, obviously I've got various different pipes coming in here, but just this, I don't like this. It's clumsy. Whereas this is much sleeker. I just don't like leaving packets in machines. Especially not in closed builds. Like that's where it triggers me a little bit, I think. I need a compactor for snow. So that would work in theory. So the liquid can go all the way around. It'll either get bypassed and keep cooling, or it'll go through the aqua tuner, drop by 14 degrees and be on its merry way. This pump needs a switch. Or will that just be constant? That'll be constantly running pretty much. I'll put a little switch in. Should I do a thermal switch in here maybe? Never experienced it freezing, to be honest. I won't mess with New York bikers. They bike as a living and they usually go like 20 miles an hour zipping through traffic. They also attach ornaments, Mad Max style, so they tear your shit up if they pass by. A few people that don't do American units, about 40 kilometers per hour. Miles per hour, what? American unit? Miles per hour? Never experienced it freezing. So, do you reckon that the internal storage of an aquature doesn't freeze then? That's nothing compared to anchor drivers in Russia. Okay, how should I toggle this pump on and off? Because realistically, if I don't need the cooling, yeah, bollocks. We'll just have it running constantly. Whatever. For the sake of 240 watts, bollocks. We'll connect you up like so. You'll be connected like that. You can be connected to, excuse me, a temp switch on this side maybe. Oh, you won't be there, will you? You'll be there. You're going to be a thermal sensor. There. That should work. Should just about do it. Oh, you bastard. Come on. Gimme. Again, you can see I'm starting to creep up the priorities now. I don't need it. So let's go to... Oh, wait. How much power is this going to use? 244. Wow, this is going to use more than I've got. It's going to use a lot of power. Although I am going to have this that can come back up here, aren't I? So let's see. So this can all be dealt with on this circuit. And then this will be coming back up here. Eh! Gimme, 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 gimme. There we go. We can go up here and up there. Yes. Now another thing I'm going to need is my little oil vents, as usual, in here somewhere. Temp shift plates and stuff in here as well. That's very pleasing. No. I don't want him to do these ones. Wish. Oh yeah. I'm going to need some automation here as well, but I'll let them crack on with all this stuff first and we'll speed it up and let them go for it. Best break the power line up. Oh, here you mean. How's this doing? Is this still okay? It seems to be warming up a little bit, but our battery's being charged at the minute. I think we may need to look at petrol generators and stuff genuinely. At least while this is actually still producing plastic. Where are we? Oh, no, no, no. No, I think I do want to have 745. I think I do want that. So it only works when this room's overpressurized. How much plastic have we made? Where are we? Made 5.5 tons. That's not bad going. I need this. I need some water some ice to melt. That's what I need. Minus 17. Minus 11. Yeah, I need some ice to melt. That would be nice. the shit to dig out yet as well. Okay. That's fine. This still seems to be alright. I don't know if this is creeping up a little bit in temperature, but I think I can tinker with that up here. I don't want my CO2 to be too cold, that's the other thing, because I am now feeding the CO2 to my slicksters. 17 degrees is not the warmest. It's coming out at 22 degrees. Nah, I think that'll be alright. It's still toasty enough down there, it doesn't really matter. Workforce, assemble! Why'd have to be here? Good evening, bud. How are you, mate? Everybody have mechs around to rain on people's dreams. I would test a new bit jar, but I don't have any bits. I can test it for you, buddy, if you want. I was quite chuffed with it. I'm made up with the lady's work. This isn't just so I can start whoring for more bits. It's more because I didn't like the glasses that we used to get for the bit jars. It always looked derpy, and I really didn't like the plinko thing. So there you go. Have a little test bit thing. I think that should work. Whee! Boop. Nom 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 nom. It's a little bit janky, but it's as good as I can do. I'm a chimp after all. Oh, I cheered for 500 apparently. Nom 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 nom. Catches 1 out of 4, I think. Catches 1 out of 4. What's that in relation to? Sorry, only half. Oh, the bit thing in his mouth. Well, it depends how much bits you drop. If you drop a bigger coin, it splashes everything out, for example. So it depends how many bits you donate. Like, I made the cup sort of tapered and sides and stuff. I literally tinkered with it with like CSS and everything. It took fucking ages. I'm a noob, remember? Okay, that's that. I'm also going to want to vacuum this room out before I do much else. Which isn't a problem. Darling, from GG, super good art by the missus.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh shit, I didn't change this to snow, did I? Liquefiable snow. Sweep. Schwip. Good. I need to fill this with loads of liquid and shit yet. Ah, it's gonna be a nightmare. This. Need to build a big old pipe. Big old liquid pipe. Or should I use some petroleum? I don't really have that much down here at the minute. Ah! Oh, let's go somewhere I can see. Oh, oh, oh! Nice. Thank you, Sternus. So it knocks them out and stuff. And if you drop a big old bit, just poof, and everything gets fired up in the air. Cayman, good evening. How are you? How's it going, my dear? No. Is there no heat transfer? Oh, there is heat transfer. It does lose heat as it's being transported. I was 48 degrees a second ago. That was 42. 42.8. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have just passed that through some liquid then instead. Done this in a rather stupid way. I'm very well, thanks, Cayman. Very, very well. I'm a little bit drowsy, sleepy life, but other than that, I am tickety-boo. By the way, I should explain, I put a little pump down here. This is my nuisance gas pump, okay? So this toggles on for a period of the day. Probably doesn't need to be 5%, really. Put it on for like 3. The idea is they can get rid of some carbon dioxide, but I don't have that much carbon dioxide in the base now, so I'll toggle it off. So it's only going to be on for a little bit. But you'll see, when this toggles on, it pumps out some of my nuisance gases, and then they go to filters down here. Why only the refinery on the left? On the right works, and not the left. The left is for my excess petroleum for when I want to run petroleum for maybe generators or something. That's the plan. So there we go, we just pumped out a little bit of CO2 and a little bit of oxygen. The CO2 goes to our CO2 room, and the oxygen goes to this little sort of small holding tank for stuff. Because I've not got enough oxygen throughput at the minute, I've sort of gimped how much oxygen goes into this room. But a little bit goes in here. The odd packet comes down here, as you can see. Which gives us just enough for our exosuits. But yeah, this tank on this side, sorry, it's a camel that asked. Yeah, this tank on the left side is going to be for using with like a petroleum generator or something later. I've just not got to that point yet. Got loads of idle dupes, let's crack on, get them working and stuff, get them doing stuff. So, first things first, let's get you done. In fact, let's get all of you done. Do I need to get in here for much? I need to put some logic in here, don't I? So, excuse me. We're going to need... I don't know if there's going to be a pressure that I need to keep this room balanced to, but I'll put an atmo sensor in here anyway. And this is going to be for controlling this, which is fine. Definitely needs to go there. Boop. So that'll be that. And then all of these are going to need an atmo switch. Oh, that could be pretty sweet actually. We'll do something like this. Boop. Ah, oh, you bastard. Boop. Boop. And boop. And then we'll also have a thermo switch that can be like boop. Boop. Yeah, we'll do it like this. And then we'll have a cheeky AND gate. And a boop. And a boop. Really makes me sad, but boop. And boop. Like so. And then, son of a bitch. And then you can go to there, 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 you can go to there. So it's just basically what we're going to say here is if the pressure is above a certain level and the temperature is below a certain level, do your thing. Nice and easy. About as basic bitch as I can handle. And then we're also going to need to put our little vents in, as I mentioned before. Could you pass ice or something cold that's solid from form with the belts to cool down a room? Well, this is why I'm a bit confused, to be honest, Scyther. They're meant to have changed the state change of things. What basically people were doing was moving ice from one room, putting it through a super hot room, and then dumping out water on the other side. But I think they've fixed that now. But things do still seem to change temperature in transit, so I don't really know. It's something for you to test, maybe, buddy. I don't know. More feckin' ladders. Dommy, good evening. How are you? How's it going? It's just me, or is the game volume louder than normal? Possibly. Is it a bad thing? Do you want me to turn it down a little bit? Let's turn the music down a little bit. Shouldn't be too much louder than normal, I don't think. I've played it a bit single player, so maybe. Maybe. Okay. Nice. Right, let's go to you. Anything else I want in this room? Apart from my oil, obviously. Now then. getting my 3 pipes in here is going to be a bit of an arseache, but I think I can do it quite easily. So let's say we've got 1 pipe that's going to come up here. You can go all the way there. You can be our nearest pipe. Oh, Adel, thank you very much for the follow. And genuinely, welcome to the stream, bud. Good to have you. Okay, you're going to go... I don't know why I'm doing all this priority 9. It does not need to be priority 9, but whatever. You're going to go up here. Shit, I need to leave a space for this pipe to come back out. Bollocks. Big old bollocks. This pipe needs to come down. Yeah. Let's leave a space here. Big old bollocks. I need 3 pipes here plus a hydrogen one coming back down. So, it'll be something like this. Like so. You are going to be for this pipe. It can connect there. You are going to go up here. You're going to go there. You're going to go like there-ish. And you're going to go way over here. Something like that. The chat is kind of quiet today. Yeah, it's a low energy stream. I'm very sleepy. Very sleepy. Oh, Mick. That's a very kind compliment out of nowhere. Thank you very much. I haven't had much of a chance to catch the live and spend a lot of my free time watching on YouTube. Ah, no worries, Mick. Hey, there's still a lot of love for you here, mate. Don't worry. It's all good. Right, so that's going to be like that. This hydrogen one can bridge down here, and we'll figure out how the heck this happens later. No, like that. And then oxygen, that one can go to there, that one can go to there, that one can go to there. Hydrogen, shwip, shwip, delete, gone, better. Oxygen, connect. Win. Sleep time. Very good. Okay. So, let's get off this a second. Where do I actually want these pipes to go to? That one should hit there. Bastard. Let's get rid of... Let's get rid of you. Okay, so there. Let's get rid of you. Up. Stop being a thing. Yeah. And then you are going to be moved to there. Sorry, it's muttering time. I'm thinking. The brain can't do it quietly. The brain is in control, not me. Fit some. I should be able to fit in my gas permeable tiles like this. Oh, you. Ah! Okay. Fine. Not a problem. Background buildings. Boosh. Fine. I will also get rid of you. Okay, I'm going to need to put vents in like we did down here, and that's why I'm putting these gas permeable tiles in. What have you been watching? I was in what has Mick been watching? Your dupes build so fast. How many construction points do they have? I think they're all pretty leveled up now. I think the majority of my dupes are pretty good little builders now. You got high pressure vents now, you cheater. Alright, Mex. Ballbag. Alright, you're right, Mex. We'll do it the proper way, and we'll not do the thing. And then I'll melt my vents, and then it'll be too hot, and then I'll cry. You're right. We'll use some proper vents. I like my vents though. Put one there, one there, one there. It's going to be slightly off center, but whatever. Yeah, I changed my mind. I want you back where you were. I just deleted. You could have told me that before I deleted all my back wall buildings and stuff. You're a jerk. You did that on purpose. I know you did. Son of a bitch. We'll cancel you. We'll get rid of you. Swoop.